Hello and welcome to Mellow Reviews. On today's episode, I'm solving a problem. I constantly make a mess of the floor in my office. Like, there's loads of sawdust, bits of wire, some screws, PLA, and even a peanut. And I wish I could tell you that I clean this up as soon as the mess happens, but the truth is that I don't. And there's one not very good reason for it. My vacuum cleaner is super inconvenient. It lives here in the cupboard under my stairs. So for me to actually hoover my office, I need to get it from in here and do that and bring it all the way upstairs. And don't even get me started on actually trying to hoover the stairs. And when I finally get it up here, I then have to untangle all of its appendages so that they're in the most not annoying positions. Put it all together, and then I have to deal with the wire, plug it in. Like, it's fine. It does the job. It's just super inconvenient. And for me, if something is inconvenient, I am very not likely to do it, which is how our house ends up not getting vacuumed for like 2 weeks at a time. Fortunately, somebody at AliExpress has heard my cries about my sucky situation, and they've decided to send me a new vacuum. Apparently, this is a DayPlus YC777, and there is absolutely no other information on the box, so let's open it up. This vacuum is part of AliExpress's 11/11 shopping festival, which is their biggest sale of the year, with tons of deals across the entire site and millions of coupons available through lucky draws. And on top of all that, I have exclusive codes available for all of you watching this video. They're valid from November 1st to December 4th, so it's a pretty good time to grab anything you've had an eye on. I'll leave the links and codes down in the description, so check them out. Here's everything you get in the box. There's the floor piece, the charger, the battery, the extender, the small crevice part, the long small crevice part, the wall mount, a spare filter, and the hoover itself. First, let's have a look at the battery. It's a 21 volt, 3 amp hour lithium ion cell, and it feels pretty decent. Let's plug it in. I don't actually know if it's charged. You have to hold it down to turn it off. That's actually not a bad thing. Our previous stick vacuum, you had to hold the trigger down the entire time you wanted to vacuum, which made my finger hurt. So the fact that I can just turn it on is actually quite nice. The slightly inconvenient part of this is the fact that you have to remove the battery in order to actually charge it, because the plug for it is right there. You can get one of these with 2 batteries, so you can kind of have one charging and have one in the vacuum at all times. It's just a little annoying if you have just the one. I might end up modifying this vacuum slightly so that I can charge it without having to remove the battery. But the fact that the battery is actually swappable is already a win, because A, I can use this battery for nefarious purposes, and B, when the battery does eventually die, I can just get a new one and not have to replace the entire vacuum. All right, let's plug some of these things in and see how it actually performs. You know what? I was actually worried about this being slightly too short for me, but no, this is a decent height for vacuuming. Ooh. It has lights. I can confirm it does actually work. This part of the office is now cleaner than before. Hooray! Right, let's see what else this bad boy can do. Until I got some proper lighting on it, I didn't even realize how absolutely caked my NAS is. I am so sorry, little guy. I'm gonna use this part to clean it up. That is significantly better. Even the fans aren't as loud as they were a moment ago. Whilst I'm down here, I'm sure my PC would appreciate some love as well. This bit is very good at getting like deep in there between all the messy cable management and getting out all the dust bunnies. Highly recommend. By the way, this is my hot rod. I keep telling myself to upgrade the case because the side panel no longer fits onto it because of the GPU and the heatsink. And also, yes, I cover up the RGB with some electrical tape because I don't care about RGB. I'm sorry. not in my computer. Now I want to see how much of this house I can actually vacuum with just one battery. So I've left it to fully charge, and judging by the green LED, it's fully charged. So let's grab that, put it into the Hoover, and let's do some hoovering. Whilst I'm doing chores in the background, let me tell you about the other fun part about this shopping festival. We can actually join forces and earn up to 10% cashback on anything we buy on AliExpress. It's super simple. You can click the link in my description or scan this ominously floating QR code and you'll be joining my team where we can work together to earn points by just logging in, browsing and purchasing. The higher the team points, the more cashback we get. So if you're planning to buy anything during the 11/11 shopping festival, make sure to use my discount codes and join my team so we can stack savings. I know for a fact that I'm going to be taking advantage of this, so you better join and help me out so we can stack savings on top of savings on top of savings. Got it? After hoovering the entire house, the battery is still on 3 bars. Out of 3 bars according to this little display here. So that's pretty good. Right, now let's empty it. And that was all over my floor. Also, very good at cleaning up 3D prints. And it's ready for some more action. I have nothing else to hoover unless I go hoover my garden, but I don't want to be that person. Since I wasn't able to actually drain the battery in the 16 minutes it took me to vacuum my entire house, I decided to do some testing. So I hooked up the vacuum to my bench power supply, gave it 20 volts, and just noted down how much amps it actually draws in each of its 2 settings. So in the low mode it draws 5 amps, and in the high mode it draws 7.3 amps. So in the low mode, with this battery, which is 3 amp hours, it should be able to last about 35 minutes. And in the high mode it should be able to last about 24 minutes, and I did the entire house in 16 minutes on the high mode, and the battery indicator did not drop down by even 1 bar, which is a little suspicious, but that's a lot of sucking, so I'm not going to complain. There's a couple things in the manual that I haven't actually mentioned. So the filters that are in here and the little spare one, they're actually washable. So you can just wash them and then leave them out to dry for 24 hours. And you can also remove the roller brush just by flicking that on. And then you can, cut out whatever hair gets stuck into that and then just pop it back in just like that. Just like that. And my only real complaint about it is that the battery has to be removed to be charged, which, not really an issue, but just a little inconvenient. And the fact that the wall mount does hold the vacuum, like so, but it doesn't have anywhere for the extra pieces to go. Like, I'm a 3D printer person. I can just 3D print something that will just hold them next to the mount. I just feel like, I don't know, something that will just hold them here would be pretty nice. I'm not asking for a holder for the filter or for the charger, just for these 2 extra pieces, right? And that's kind of it. Thank you again to AliExpress for sending me this vacuum. Check out the links in the description. Join my team because I want to get those savings. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.